to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Consensus by CoinDesk in Austin, Texas. And joining me for this segment, we have Adam Z. He is the Senior Vice President and Head of Digital Assets over at GlobalX. We're going to discuss long-term prospects of digital assets and the several use cases for blockchain technology. Adam, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
How is GlobalX seeking to get more involved in this space?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 3 ETFs right now. So the GlobalX blockchain ETF, the ticker on that BKCH. We also have the GlobalX blockchain and Bitcoin strategy ETF, ticker on that BITS, as well as the GlobalX Metaverse ETF, ticker on that is VR. So we have a great platform for launching equity ETFs that are digital asset themed. Additionally to that, we also have 2 spot products listed on Zatra, on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So really a great platform to bring new products to market. But in terms of how we're going to seek to get more involved, it's multi-pronged. One is education is paramount for us, right? Thinking about thought leadership and bringing institutional quality research out to markets to help educate not only financial advisors, but also clients as well, I think is really important for increased adoption. Second is leveraging that existing platform to bring new and innovative products to market in the US and Europe. And then also given the global presence of GlobalX itself, we have offices in Brazil and Australia, and also in Asia as well, all regions that are more crypto friendly. So looking to bring new products to market in those most markets as well.
Definitely the fintech hotspots.
Yes.
Speaking of education, you had mentioned something about a spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF,
Correct.
which we know that's a big part of the conversation when we'll get one approved. You
Right.
said it was listed on Zatra?
Correct.
So how does that work?
Yeah, so in the European regulation is much more crypto friendly in the sense that in supporting providing investor protection, but also as well as supporting innovation as well. So within Europe, the spot products are eligible under the ETP wrapper. So that's a spot Bitcoin and a spot Ethereum that are held in cold storage with our custodian, which is Coinbase. And those products are broadly available to both retail and institutional investors.
Interesting. What trends and segments of the cryptocurrency space are you really paying close attention to?
Yeah, I think the biggest one is probably for me is regulation. Obviously here in the US with GlobalX being a US entity, having a spot product is in my opinion, is ideal in terms of the vehicle. So it's good to see that there's an executive order from President Biden to help foster innovation, as well as a few days ago where Senator Loomis and Senator Jill Malandrino had put forth a more comprehensive framework in terms of crypto regulation. We'll see when that actually gets through, but that's one thing that, for me personally, I've just been focusing a lot more on in terms of regulation and how that all shakes out here in the US.
Yeah, it's interesting. We tend to think so US-centric. Meanwhile, billions of people around the world are practically using
Exactly.
technology. This is the only way that they can do cross-border payments, or this is a revenue source, or it's a store of value for them. And
right.
we don't want to fall behind in helping to framework that regulation and the innovation around it. There's a lot of long-term opportunity out there from skills retraining, education, to your point before.
Yeah.
What's your outlook for crypto in the near term?
Yeah, so near term I think we have a lot of headwinds, right? We have record levels of inflation, ongoing supply chain issues, geopolitical risks that are impacting all risk assets, including digital assets. So I think in the near term, probably the prospects are a little bit muted. However, if you look at on-chain activity such as network security, hash rates for the Bitcoin network, right? They're still very strong. And additionally to that, the percentage of Bitcoin that has been taken off exchange and onto cold storage wallets has actually been increasing. So that to me signals that people are holding onto their Bitcoin, or at least not selling it in the near term, right? But longer term prospects, to your point, like the underlying blockchain technology is being used not only in financial services or digital assets, I should say, but also in healthcare, and you're starting to see in supply issues and logistics, right? So I think the underlying technology is really strong, and that's why our ETF is able to capitalize on those emerging trends within the blockchain space. And then to that, I think, again, going back to the whole education aspect, I think that's going to help us cross that chasm, if you will, from the early innovator stage to that earlier adopter phase for digital assets.
That's one thing I picked up on this conference here. It isn't just about Bitcoin and how do I make money off of this kind of technology, but it really is about deploying it in so many other areas.
Absolutely.
Whether it's gaming, education, insurance is another big one. Smart contracts. It's so encouraging to see how broad the underlying technology is really changing industries. So it seems to me the longer term prospects certainly are compelling to your point, and the broad use cases available.
100%, and I think the great thing is too, it's like you're seeing all these people from different industry groups coming into the space, right? So you have people from traditional finance, from tech, from arts and entertainment and sports, legal, etc. All moving into the space because they're all either crypto curious or passionate about the space, and the development activity that's going on, I just think it's just fantastic to see.
It definitely is,
Yeah.
Adam. We appreciate the insight. Thank
Thank
you
so
for
much,
joining us
Jill.
on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Market